I'm Bobby Dean, and you're watching Dante's
Boxing Nation.
Boxing Nation.
Okay, so in 2005, Tszyu, he was pound for pound number 3, the best fighter in the world. In fact, he was treated like a Lomachenko, like a Gennady Golovkin back then. There were even plans of a super fight between him and Floyd Mayweather, but all of those plans were completely derailed when he got in the ring with a very aggressive, determined, undefeated Ricky Hatton. Now, obviously, Tszyu was the favorite in that fight. But Ricky Hatton, he surprised him and everybody else with his pressure. He busted up Tszyu, walked him down, and broke him down, and forced Tszyu to quit in the 11th round. Tszyu would quit on his stool. Well, this took place in 2005. 20 years later, Tszyu's son, Tszyu, is in the exact same situation under the same circumstances. He quits the exact same way. Now, and I'm not trying to criticize either one of them for quitting. I just find the similarities remarkable. Now, before I even talk about what took place in this fight, let me start off by saying this is the reason why Fundora, he vacated his belt, avoided his number 1 contender, Xandar Zayas, and chose to fight Tszyu instead. Tszyu was coming off of a knockout loss to Murtazaliev, so Fundora, he knew that there was a very good chance that Tszyu may not be the same fighter anymore. Because a lot of fighters, after they get knocked out, they're not the same. Which is why I thought it was funny when Fundora, he was doing his post-fight interview, and he was pretty much asked why he was so aggressive in this fight. And he said, you know what, I figured I'm the champion now. I'm 6'6". I'm the bigger guy in the ring. So I felt it was time to show it. Well, if he truly believes all of that, let's see if he takes the Murtazaliev fight. Now, in this fight with Tszyu, I could see it in Tszyu's eyes from the first round. His eyes looked different. He didn't look like he had the confidence, and he wasn't fighting like he had the confidence. He was fighting like a fighter who had previously and recently been knocked out. It was a complete reversal of the first fight. In the first fight, it was Tszyu that was more of the aggressor. In this fight, at least in the first couple of rounds, Fundora was the aggressor, and Tszyu was fighting like he was trying to keep Fundora off of him. But then in the later rounds, once Tszyu busted Fundora's nose again, like he did in the first fight, it's like he saw that blood, and that gave him confidence. And after that, he started to let his hands go. He started to stand his ground and trade with Fundora, even though it was still a chess match. And I forgot to mention, of course, the knockdown in the first round, that didn't help Tszyu's confidence either. Now, what's interesting is when you fast forward to the end of the fight, that was Tszyu's best round. So a lot of people, they were shocked and surprised. Like, why would he quit? And why would he quit after he just possibly won the round? Now, a lot of people didn't notice this, but I noticed it right away. Tszyu, he actually got hurt right before the bell rang. He got caught with a couple uppercuts right in the corner. You could see it in his eyes. You could see the way he turned around to his corner. And all of a sudden, he decided not to sit down. After that, it was over. He quit. Now, obviously, this is not a good look for Tszyu, but once again, this just shows you guys how psychological the sport of boxing is. And this is the reason why a lot of fighters, they are not the same once they lose by knockout or decision. I mean, some fighters are the same after they lose. Some fighters become better, but that's rare. And a lot of fighters are never the same because the sport of boxing is so psychological. And this is the reason why fighters like Errol Spence and even Jermell Charlo, who didn't even get knocked out, hasn't returned to the ring yet. And then you have Jermall Charlo, who has never even lost. He's still undefeated, and yet he is nowhere near the same fighter. He fights as if he's been knocked out before because the sport of boxing is 75% mental, and your mentality is going to determine how you deal with adversity inside and outside of the ring. Now, going back to Tszyu, That was his last fight. After he lost and he quit against Ricky Hatton, he retired. And I forgot to mention, because once again, like father, like son, they have so many similarities. Tszyu, he had previously been knocked out before he lost to Ricky Hatton, to Vince Phillips. So we'll see if Tszyu does the same thing. Does he retire after his second time getting stopped? Because I can tell you right now, with him fighting at 154, one of the deepest divisions in the sport of boxing, he ain't going to be nothing but a gatekeeper from now on. He's just going to be a name on other fighters' resumes now. So we'll see what he decides to do. And like I said, we'll see what Fundora decides to do. I really want to see what he decides to do, because the walls are closing in on Fundora. Fundora, he's been trying his best to avoid the best competition at 154. And like I said, it's such a deep division. There are just so many names in that weight class that Fundora, he would have to be extremely evasive to not be fighting one of those names in his very next fight. Let's see how it all plays out. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Cynthia Conte, Best Women's Boxing Show period. Congratulations, Sebastian. This time around, no cut. Did you see any adjustments that Tim made this time around?
No, I just saw him really not wanting to get hit, you know, and we took advantage of that. You know, we took the lead by that, and then definitely getting the first round knockdown changed the pace of the fight for sure.
And last, were you surprised that the corner stopped it this time around, this fight, as opposed to the first fight?
No, I wasn't surprised, because a lot of my fights are kind of brutal. The last fight before that, I felt it was pretty brutal too for Booker, but we're hitting hard. We're hitting hard, we're getting stronger, and we're getting smarter.
Sebastian, outside here, Keith Thurman said that he doesn't think you'll fight again this year. Do you have plans to fight again this year? And also, who are you targeting with your next bout?
Yes, I do want to fight one more time this year. Shoot, if I could fight 2 more times this year, why not? But whoever, you know. We have this fight for the WBO next week, no? Zayas? I want to see that fight. I want to see the outcome of that fight. Maybe we'll capture that title again.
Hey, Fundora, Low Swift Fight Hype right here. Is Backroom, unifying with Backroom, something that we could see in the future?
Definitely. He has the IBF. IBF's a nice looking title. I like that red title.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.